You're right, Chappel Roan didn't specify the gender of her friends with kids who are struggling with parenthood. And I specifically talked about mothers, and you know why? Well, two reasons. Because mothers are the ones who are the most likely to be struggling with parenthood because of all of the systemic issues that I talked about in that video, but also because mothers online are the main demographic of people crashing out about this and making content about it. Have you ever noticed how there are not a lot of male content creators out there who make their entire content and personality about being a parent and being a dad? Like, sure, it is one particular content type, but there are nowhere near as many of them as there are mummy content creators. And part of that is because women are expected to make motherhood their entire personality in a way that men are not. Men are allowed, nay, expected to have entire lives that do not centre around their status as a parent. Even though they benefit from being seen as fathers publicly, they are not expected to put their entire dadusi into it. Women are expected to prove their validity on the planet and in society by becoming mothers, and then to make that their chief locus of their attention. And so, of course, mothers who make content online about motherhood are going to be the ones who are most vocal anytime somebody says parenting is hard. And don't forget that it serves patriarchy to set women up to have squabbling and infighting like this, instead of turning their collective attention on the collective oppressor, which is systemic misogyny and patriarchy. Like, if you're squabbling over whether Chappel Roan was mean to mums and whether some mums hate their children just because they find motherhood hard and how that makes them a bad parent and a bad woman, then you're not focusing on the fact that workplace policies and government laws can and should be changed to make motherhood and parenthood easier and more supported. And therefore, women's labour can continue being exploited to uphold capitalist patriarchy. So when I made that video that you're responding to, I expected to come back into the comments a day later and find women arguing amongst each other whether motherhood was hard or the best thing you could ever do, and whether it was possible to both find it hard and pleasurable at the same time, and whether you were a bad person and a bad woman for finding it hard. What I found instead was great hordes of women agreeing with what I said, which is that motherhood is incredibly difficult. No matter how much you love your children, no matter how much you wanted to have children, motherhood is not set up to be supported in a gender binary, capitalist, patriarchal society that completely lives and dies based on women's ability to do unpaid labor. So even though Chappel Roan didn't specify a gender in her comments, this definitely is about mothers.